Yo, yo, this is my podcast, Speaking Through Silence. Peace and love to everybody. Appreciate the comments, appreciate the love, the support, the motivation. Definitely appreciate it for sure. I appreciate people sharing their stories too. No, I ain't the only one going through things. I think it's definitely it's really good to be vocal and to see how much we got in common out here in this world, especially right now at these times. But today, I've been freestyling with topics, they be on the mental, and I just get a pencil, you feel me? So, this about the kids, like, how everybody feel about the kids and the babies out here, they all the same. First off, I want to say, I love the babies, bro. We gotta really stress showing real, genuine, concrete, organic love for the babies. Like, they need to know and feel that, even if they don't know how to take it, even if they don't understand it, at least it'll go with them. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you they'll put it in their back pocket if they see some love being shown to them. And a lot of them really just walking around looking for that. So it seemed like, I guess before I say that, I should say again, I don't have children, right? I don't have my own children, but it's children in my family, of course. But it seemed like with how everything going, it's like everybody need to be a parent, really, especially with our babies, Some babies out here moving around on their own. Their parents ain't able to be moving with them, so they still need that parental supervision in a sense. And you may be able to administer some type of parenting that they ain't got yet, they haven't received yet. So let's just, let's not forget to stay on that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a beautiful thing. I don't know what life like in the home of parenting and children besides what I've seen in a relationship or just being around my family. I can tell that the babies need more time spent on them. They need more time spent on them in different ways. Because like inside the house is like a free spot. It's like a free spot on the bingo thing. It's like, that's like, you're going to be around your kid, you're going to be around your family, your loved ones. But it's exercising a relationship, right? It's like not using the things around you to create the things that build from within. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something I have seen though. And it's kind of difficult too with all these gadgets, with all these different outlets and platforms and whatnot, and working in ways to get money. It's kind of difficult not to use these things, these gadgets and these outlets and whatnot. And then, it's bills on top of that, responsibilities, single parent homes. It's a lot of things that affect time, that affect the time that could be spent on a child or children from a parent. So like I really hope some things shift in this time frame, in any time frame where the parent can be around more full time, because I think that'll help out a lot too. Experience, the children need to see more experience too, like something simple as chores. Like the chores can go back to chores. I don't expect anybody to be, I don't know how households are ran with children. But I do know, like, giving children experience is a good thing. And I think it's a way to build and bond a relationship. Something simple as going to get the mail. Something simple as taking the trash out. Something simple as washing the car. Something as simple as we're not doing nothing right now. Let's go take a quick walk, if the area is safe, that you live in or whatever. Or let's, do an exercise inside the house, or let's, act out a scene or whatever. Experiences, I feel like those the cheat codes, because those are things that once you implement them, they can't be taken away. Like if you and your child got this joke, this movie line joke, and y'all use it all the time, and some of you probably know, like when you can whip that out at any given time in a situation and laugh about it, and it's been maybe a year since y'all laughed about it, but y'all can laugh about it a year later. Like that's an experience, you know what I'm saying? That's something you can look back, and that's another experience. That's something that can transition to like another generation. Like they can see that, the younger kids can see that, and they may join in on it, or they may have a movie that's a favorite and do the same thing. So experiences are really really dope. Telling your kid about, how you grew up or what you did at certain ages. Like I said, I'm pretty sure some of this stuff is already being done. But we all don't have this connection where we know what's going on with each other. So we just trying to always make it aware, and be like some type of advocate for each other on these platforms, and even in person. And those things, like I say, those things, they build trust. They build a lot of trust and character within the kids. I think it's important for an adult right now to get the trust from a child right now, because like we live different, we have different things going on, of course, different speeds in which life comes. So yeah, I think it's real important that you learn how to like give a child current respect too. Like I don't think nobody really understand that these kids will need way more respect than they get. They don't need to be spoke on about what we call that statistic. If you're looking at a child a certain way, they look like a certain thing, you may treat them a certain way, or you may not want to come off as nice as you would a child that looked a lot more pleasant to you or whatnot. I think it's real important that we always try and establish a current trust. We always want to make sure that light is on. I feel like anytime you're around a child, I feel like they do deserve some kind of respect in the sense of being a child that will become an adult. I know some people probably got a problem with saying, children deserve respect. But I think that as time goes on, you got to realize children do need respect. And I think that's why a lot of grandparents, I think a lot of people don't understand. That's why grandparents aren't as harsh as they once was when, you were a kid. I've seen comedy shows or just overall conversations where people was like, yeah, we would have been got, hit upside the head or whatever. But I just think that the grandparents respect the kids a little more. So, I think if we all kind of just sit back and look at things and kind of do the math, you'll start realizing that some of the things that we need to do is right here in front of us. Like we just need to look and see who else, like who's doing it, and then we need to start doing it. So I applaud the grandparents for having a change of pace with the children today. Because I just think they understand that children are they are a lot more advanced, and it's a lot more sensitivity in the world, which is, to an extent, I feel like it's good. But like I say, they definitely need a current amount of respect. Like, it needs to be like a current thing. It needs to be like active, like all the time, you know. And they need to learn to give respect too. Once they get it, they'll know how to give it. I don't know if at home, you know, respect is a thing that people, you know, put at the forefront. But with how a lot of the children move today, I don't think a lot of them understand respect. So I believe it'll take more than just, you know, people saying things. You know, it start in the house. One thing that I noticed this, like off you know, anything that I got jotted down or whatever, but like I noticed the children, they like to be in the street a lot. Like, they like to walk in the street, and they like to walk in the street that much more when they see cars. You know, I look at things scientifically all the time, and I look at it as like an attention thing, like they want attention. That's the only thing I can think. You know, you put yourself in a position of harm without knowing that you're doing that, or like knowingly, but on a maturity level, they don't know that what they're doing. On an immaturity level, they know what they're doing. It's like, yeah, I'm in the way, what you gonna do or whatever. So that bothers me a lot, because I just wonder, like, you know, like how far are some children willing to go to be seen or heard? And I'm sure there's some things that actually transpired that resulted in some casualties because a child want to see how far they can go with something. So, you know, we're going to have to pray for the babies understanding to respect themselves too, you know. And that's why I say give them more respect, give them more attention, give them more time and experience. I think then they'll be too busy to be moving around, walking around, doing things that, you know, aren't feasible and up to par. Like, I've been around, I got a nephew. I got actually 5 nephews. They one of them plays sports, right? And he rolling into his senior year, so this was his junior year when I went around. I immediately tried to get active with the sports program as far as strength and conditioning. Like, I wasn't trying to be a coach or anything like that, because I know, I just know things. Like, I got a program. I got a built program internally. I have a built program. I have an illustration of a built program that I wrote out. So I understand a mental approach as well as a physical approach with young men, with children, period, even with adults. But trying to teach them how to lift weights, trying to make them push themselves the distance, to understand that it's going to be a reward in that. I was excited to do it, truthfully, because I felt like, you know, I'm very credible in that area because I played sports. I was at a collegiate level, you feel me? And what I noticed, though, out of the whole thing, I really noticed that a lot of the young men, like, they ready to learn, but you can tell that their antennas to learn rusty, because it haven't been nobody getting active. Ain't that, remember when I said iron sharpen iron? It ain't been no iron sharpening iron. So what happened is, when you start telling them things to make them work, and then they get to a point where they working and it's not easy, they begin to want to buck a little bit. But being a man and being that iron around them and lifting weights with them, like I lift weights with them. I ain't just tell them like, oh, go do that, because I had to show them too, proper form and technique. So I noticed that it turned into them going from, I don't know, dude, like that. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm looking at him though. Like, I respect him because I'm looking at him. I can tell from looking at him like what he about. But it's the way he tapping in to me. Ain't nobody tapped in with me like this. Ain't nobody looked me in my face and told me I need to go harder. I need to lift a heavier weight because I'm stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nobody really telling them that. So they went from being like to like, okay, you know, they working with me. Now everybody going in, everybody counting, everybody trying to push each other. You know what I mean? And it turned into, you know, me being an advocate more than me trying to stand over them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get in the paint with the kids today. Like, and I respect those parents that you know, they have a friendship with their child, as well as like as well as, of course, the authority figure, being a parent. But they understand the gratitude in having a child and being a leader and conditioning your child. You get what I'm saying? And like I say, I noticed that though the young boys went from like not knowing, you know, like, oh, okay, whatever, you know, to like, all right, like, what you say do now? What I got to do? Bro, my legs sore. I ain't never felt like this before. They felt strong. A lot of them was in there flexing their muscles. You could tell I was pushing them. So, I you know, forgive me for you know, veering off, but I'm just saying, like, all they need is somebody to get in the paint with them, you know what I mean? With the right things, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's easy to lead a kid astray, because they willing to get in the paint, but you can't lead them in the wrong paint though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this another real one. Now you gotta learn to break the barrier of soft respect. Remember I told you they deserve a little respect? I'm talking about this, your respect though. Like, you can't have any soft respect around children, I noticed. You can't have soft respect around anybody, honestly. You got to get immediate respect from anything that you have to lead. And it's your duty to understand the proper technique to do that. It's not a textbook technique. It's literally the tools you possess, the mechanics you possess that you've been gifted with, that puts you in position to be even heard as a leader. Because you can be standing in front of somebody and you can be putting out a tact that is meant to lead, and nobody's really listening to you. I've seen this. I saw it out there when I was with the kids. They didn't even listen to the coaches. But again, I promise you, they listened to me. One of the coaches told the boy to do something, and he said, no, I ain't doing that, fam. And I walked over to him after I realized, like, oh, you know, the young boy, like, he really laid law down in front of this grown man and the rest of the grown men and said, no. And he was going to go help another kid, but it wasn't his job to help the other kid. But it also was his job to help the other kid when it came to being a kid. It wasn't his job from the adult's eye. So I walked over to him after I realized he not budging. The young bull that demonstrated on the grown man in the coaching position, and he not finna stand down. So I had to go and move in. So I move in. Hey, come here, man. He instantly, huh? Look, man. Alright, I can tell you gonna go with your move in a lot of situations, young man. I'm cool with that. I'm proud of you for going with your move in any situation you in. But when it's a situation that you putting yourself in, you can't go with your move, bro, because you may be wrong. And he explained to me what happened. I say, you know what? I'm proud of you for going to go help the other, for helping your teammate that's younger than you, because you being the leader, that's your job. The coach ain't seeing that. You know, he frustrated with what's going on with the season, with what's going on with the overall duty, and he needs you to listen to him. You know, I say, so dig it. So for next time he say something to you, bro, listen to him and do what he say. Only because he need to trust you, bro. You playing is his decision. I say, I'm teaching you something that's deeper than football right now. Sometimes you can't go with your move. Or you can let people go with their move, roll with what's going on, and then go with your move still. I say but you know what I mean? I ain't really want to start teaching him too much stuff, but what I was trying to get him to understand is, if you gonna really be trying go with your move and say this and say that and stomp around, bro, make sure it makes sense so the people around you see, oh yeah, I can listen to bro, he a leader. So basically what you did was you just made everybody say they don't want to listen to the coach. You see what I'm saying, little dog? I say, so you got to go on here to make them understand that if coach tell you something, then he telling somebody that he put his trust in. You feel me? So the rest of them can understand that. So now you got power. And he just looked at me like. So I said, you know what we finna do though? We got to run that lap he told you got to run that you said you wasn't going to do, but I'm going to run it with you. I ran the lap with him. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Immediate respect, fam. Just because I ain't lose nothing. That lap I ran with him, I ain't lose nothing. You see what I'm saying? For one, I wanted the young boy to realize, like, if it would have been me, I don't think you even would have went that route. You feel me? I think you would have really did what I said, because you understand I gotta put my trust in you. We got a thing going on here. And I'm gonna get in the paint with you. You feel me? So you probably gonna understand. I ain't gonna mess with you, fam. You right. So let's get that immediate respect off of the strength of finesse and being organic. Because at the end of the day, the leader running the show, right? Again, ascertain your position that is to be known. Like, I was a strength and conditioning coach. So my job was to tell them to push themselves, to be honorable men in an act of, you know, competition that you have to be victorious at. So you can't be, you know, moving around like you a weak link. So when I seen him moving like that, I had to step in. I had to ascertain my position as the strength and conditioning coach. And I did that. And again, now, I don't know what they're doing currently at this time, but I really hope that stuck with him, that he got to really respect what's going on in order to move forward the right way. I think this also go back to everything too that I just kind of said. Kids don't see leaders leading anymore. Like, you know, they just see people like spewing things out, or they see people just, you know, shouting. They see people pointing. They see people, you know, flexing. They see people, you know, trying to get clout, trying to demand attention. So They respect somebody that move with surety. They respect somebody that move and things move with them. And it's easy to see that. A kid gonna see that quicker than an adult because they just got a little fresher. They got a fresher presence out here. They ain't been here as long. They ain't been through everything, right? When you young and you see somebody pull up and everybody like, who's that? You know, that person automatically got some type of, they got some respect now. You know what I mean? Because now your antenna's up about them. So, this older buddy of mine, he always say this when I'm talking about building a car, or we talking about, you know, skills. He say, well, fella, it's got to be in you, fella. And that's basically what I'm saying, man. Like, it got to be in you. It can't be on you. You know what I mean? It got to really be in you to come out you for things to understand what's going on. Because if it's on you, it ain't coming out you. It's just on you. And people gonna see it's just on you. And it ain't moving because you ain't doing nothing with it. Them kids gonna respect what the man respect, respectfully. If that makes sense. That's one of them don't let it go over your head moments. Kids smart too. They know who gets sent in to be a puppet. They know who really run the show. They know who gonna let what slide. They gonna listen to who they know they need to listen to. So like you cannot be timid around the child. You know, you gotta really be up in their space. You gotta really, you know what I'm saying? You gotta really let them know you like you right here, and you ain't gonna really move nowhere. You like I'm dealing with you. Like I'm here with you. I'm here for you. When they see that, you're gonna really see the innocence. They're gonna smile. You're gonna see all the innocence come out. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't been there before. Like they some real beautiful creatures for real. Them little people, they awesome. Like they give you the oxygen from within. They lift weight from within, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even got them. I'm not even around them full time like y'all is. So, you know, but again, I know it'd be things going on outside of here that weigh you down too. So, you know, I ain't trying to make it seem like kids is the greatest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? But that's what people be saying. So I expect people to be a little lighter when they got them around, when you around them, right? I be like a kid around the kids, but again, that figure be there. So like, you know what I'm saying? They know when and where. It's dangerous when you a kid with the kids, but they know they know you gonna lay law down. That's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? You can build some real powerful little people up to be some great individuals. Like, I don't know if I need to continue a part 2 on this. The only thing I could dive into is like what the community could do, or like, you know, but all in all, you know, some tactical things to help out, to help drive out some of the things ahead of us that could potentially harm our kids mentally and physically, skillfully, and all those things. I could talk about those things for sure, but what's talking about that if it ain't no money around to get that going, to put them kids in position to do something? Because I feel like these little boys need some money. They need to know that they can go get some money. They need to be able to see themselves doing something that they can look at and say, I did that. Because at the end of the day, we know what they saying I did now these days. You know what they active with, what all they care to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And And you know, I rather teach them how to build something than, you know, how to blow something. You feel me? So inshallah, you know, something come my way where I can really make a change, because I know I can. But in the meantime, I don't know if I should do a part 2 of this, because I think we all understand and get the picture. Much love to all the parents out there. Much love to all the kids out there. Much love to all of the active communities out there. All the active villages out there. All the family working together out there. I've always had this theory of those that rely on little have the most love, and I can tell that still to this day. You feel me? So it ain't about what you giving to your kids on the outside. It's what you giving them on the inside, and it don't cost anything to give them something on the inside, and that reward is so much more than something that you're gonna buy that's gonna perish away. It's okay to buy things for your kid too, because you know some of y'all probably ain't have things and you want your kid to have things. So I understand that too. I'm an understanding person. I don't think I'm gonna do a part 2 unless it's said to do a part 2. But I just wanted to share that, and I'm gonna wrap it up for today, and I'm gonna probably be at y'all with another one, something fresh and new. I think I might start speaking on what the next one gonna be about too. I'm kind of slow to learn, because sometimes you gotta, as a line in the song from Nipsey Hussle say, he said, I'm just taking time to make the proper use of my influence. And I feel like that's what's going on. So I'm letting the spirit roll and give me ideas and whatever. I ain't really trying to do too much. I'm just trying to take my time and do it right. So it's peace and love. And we all gonna grow together, but we're gonna continue speaking through silence. One.